Hey guys, Jacob with Jacob Comics. Happy New Comic Book Day, June 5th, 2024. I hope all you guys found all your books in your cubby, on the new comic book shop wall, mailed to you. However you guys get your books, I hope you guys found all the books you were looking for this week. I know I did here in the loud, mysterious black bag. Now, before we get dived into that, I do want to insert a little advertisement here. We do have mystery boxes still available. If you come check me out on Instagram.com, they're 9.8 only, or on Instagram. Links are below for my Instagram account. They're a 9.8 only mystery box. Would really appreciate the community's support. If you've been kind of keeping up with the channel, things have actually progressed, and the state actually has left the other two kids with me. So now I have all four kids. We're definitely gonna have to move out of this tiny one bedroom, and so as many people that would like to come help out, and I would super appreciate it. Like I said, links are below for my Instagram. I do live sales just about every day for 4 hours. We'll see you guys there, I hope. All right, guys, let's get dived into the loud, mysterious black bag here. And I got 4 books this week. As usual, I read all of them, and we got them in the order of my least favorite to favorite, and we'll talk about them with a spoiler-light, spoiler-free style here. Now, first up, we have Venom 34, and this book's okay. I'm not sure exactly if I 100% like what's going on in this book, but I'm maybe somewhat interested by one story, and there's kind of these 2 stories going on right now. I don't know what to say, man. Ewing has just not been doing it for me lately. We have a guest artist on this issue. He's okay. I don't know. He's not the greatest, but he's there. I'm not sure what else to say about it. I mean, like, some stuff's going on with Eddie, some stuff's going on with Dylan. Maybe it's interesting. I don't know. All right. In my number 3 spot, would have thought maybe this would be a little bit higher, but honestly, like, I'm docking this simply for the fact that every X-Men issue recently has been jumping the narrative super forward, and I would have had to be reading like 7 issues of a bunch of miniseries to get the full context of exactly what's going on. So that in and of itself docks this down for me. It was good. Like, it was good. It felt like kind of the ending to an era, and it's just got this cool wraparound cover. Can't see it in this bag and board. It's actually a really cool wraparound cover. There was quite a bit of reading to be done, and a bunch of stories closed out that, I'll be honest, like, I didn't really care that much. But where they left the characters was at least interesting, and at the end there was some stuff going on with Xavier that I was like, okay, alright, maybe this could be interesting. I'm curious, but overall, I was definitely left with kind of like I'm not exactly sure. I definitely feel like I'm jumping onto a comic book that I haven't read in 5 issues. And so that I really do wish the X-Men would hone their titles down to a select handful of really good writers and creators, instead of these giant sprawling storylines that they've been having recently. At least that's my particular thought on it. And if you were to look too at the number 1 most selected book this week, it's actually my number 1 book, and it dwarfs this the ending of this X-Men run. So obviously, a lot of us are not enjoying it. We're going to talk about the number 2 book, Amazing Spider-Man 51. Now, I would say that I'm not, like, super interested in part of what's going on in this storyline, and that's the part that we all sort of knew was coming, because it was revealed on covers, and they were kind of talking about it and trying to hype up, maybe get some more sales on Amazing Spider-Man. And so that's so I don't feel like it's really a spoiler to say that this is the first appearance of Spider-Goblin. And so that was like okay, I guess, and didn't feel crazy interesting. But what I would say about it is somebody shows up to kind of save Peter, and that's what has me even more interested. I think a lot of the fans of the last series and this series are actually really going to be stoked to see this character being used in the way that he's being used in the story. And I mean, so for that, like, and kind of the art too. The art's really good in this one, and you kind of get a mixture of McGinnis, Todd Knock, and I gotta say, like, I really liked this issue. I thought the things that happened were cool, and especially what happens at the end. So in my number one spot this week is Batman 148, a shocking 25,000 pulls on I think it's League of Comic Geeks, which is they you can pull the comics off of there and get them in your local comic shop. Not every comic shop uses League of Comic Geeks, so it's not all the books being ordered, but I thought that was one of the biggest numbers I've ever seen on there. And so a lot of people are really curious to check out the ending of Chip Zdarsky's, not run, but the ending of his first story arc, which has been going on now for 2 years, if you believe it. And we do get that in this issue, and it doesn't fail. In my opinion, it doesn't fail on delivering on the promise of a cool detective answer for this story, and I really appreciated that at the end too. I was like, man, this is actually like well deserving of the number one spot. You can tell Chip fully thought out his story arc before he started it, and somehow meandered through a story arc and didn't ever leave me bored. And for that, I really enjoyed this story arc. I really enjoyed the ending to this, this first arc. I hope he stays on for a while on Batman. I know we're switching into Absolute Power, and possibly some more changing of the DC universe as going forward. I think they're trying another Rebirth style or relaunch. Even though I feel like they just did the Days, what did they call that one? Even though they just did the Dawn of the DC, like, just recently, I still gotta give it to them for this really great Batman run, and I hope this reboot or semi-reboot or whatever's going on doesn't mess up what they've built up so far, and Chip can continue his run and have fun. So that's what I have today, guys. That's what I got. I hope all you guys have a great day, and we'll see you guys next time. Dawn of the DC, like,